Hello everyone. Hi. It's been a while, hasn't it? Let me just scoot on closer. It has been a while, hasn't it? No, I should have done this before. Ugh, oh well. So, as you can see, I'm here now. A lot has happened in the past few weeks. I'll just for the long and short of it is that my Discord again got hacked, and I'm working on maybe doing new stuff, making a new server for that. I was not able to retrieve my old Discord account. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I have taken this chance specifically to take some, as you have noticed, take my foot off the gas. I was trying to do a very consistent 2 times per week, but I was noticing that it was not really sustainable, for me at least. That's what I've noticed. So, I think had my Discord account not been hacked, it wouldn't have lasted that many more weeks of me actually stopping doing 2 streams a week. I mean, the idea is novel and all, and I do like being able to stream more with you guys, but I think it's time that I actually decide to just go for a once a week in the weekend, and that's it. My life is turning out to be even busier than it was in the past few years. So I guess that's where adulting comes from, I guess. Adulting is a bitch, I guess. So I do want to keep the weekly Poké-Commander streams. Might do the occasional expanded streams, but that's really reliant on if BTCGL steps up their game or not. I'm tempted to not really try and do that in paper anymore, at least over the internet. If you know what I mean, just because the making of proxies, it's Prince or Ink is very expensive these days, and don't want to get too overboard with it, unfortunately. Yeah. I think that's the long and short of it mostly. I've looked into ban list for Perfect Order, ban list update for Perfect Order. I haven't really looked into unbans specifically, but I have looked into potential things to be banned. Luckily, Perfect Order was a fairly small set, and the only card that really stood out to me as a huge outlier in power specifically is Meowth, of course. And Meowth is already going to see some play in Standard, of course. And in Expanded is probably going to see no play because Lumineon V and Tapu Lele GX are just straight up better than that, depending on if you run a deck with Dive Balls and Forest Seal Stone or not. So I doubt Meowth will see much play in Expanded. But in Poké-Commander it's a little different since you're tied down to specific typings. Normally, only specific types had access to searching a supporter upon playing a certain Pokemon. We had Metal that had access to it with the Jirachi EX, Capital EX. Water had 2 of them. They had Lapras and Lumineon V. And then Psychic had Tapu Lele GX. And I think there was another one. Was there another one in the past? I think it's just those 4. Just those 4 specifically, if I recall correctly. And now we have a 5th one, and it's colorless. So the thing is, in Poké-Commander, everything can run colorless stuff. So now all the floodgates are open. I don't think it was ever a discussion of me considering banning Meowth. It's more so a discussion of metagaming in the sense that I feel like a lot of people, if you want to be competitive in this format, I think you really should consider adding Team Rocket's Watchtower to your deck. Since everyone and their mom is going to be running Meowth when it comes legal next week. Just to keep you guys updated on new set legality, I'm planning to drop set legality at the same time that Pokemon does it, so the moment Perfect Order is legal for Standard, it should be legal for Poké-Commander as well. Which is why specifically I wanted to take this weekend off as a coming back stream. Specifically for building, for like trying to see what we want to update with the lists and whatnot. And specifically looking into what Perfect Order staples we can consider including, because like there's a few Perfect Order cards that are definitely bangers. I'll go through them a little bit. Of course, since Poké-Commander is an eternal format, cards in general are going to have a lesser of an influence on the metagame than they are going to have in Standard, of course, because we have about 29 years of Pokemon cards to contend with, rather than just the past 2 years. Hello, Ushlashies, welcome in. Yeah. This is Commander, but for Pokemon. Almost a year old, actually. I just realized that we did our first match, the showcase match, in August. That's already so long ago. It's like 8 months ago, or 9 months ago. That's crazy. All right. Yeah. Let me just open my tab with Essentials. As you can see in this tab specifically, I added Meowth in here. I also added Fan Rotom specifically because I've noticed that more and more decks are running Fan Rotom, and I definitely do think it's a card that you should consider in every deck, just because it's really powerful. Not necessarily every deck, but a lot of decks that have lots of basic Pokemon search definitely want to have Fan Rotom if they also have lots of colorless Pokemon. So it's a few conditions you gotta meet, but if you meet those, Fan Rotom is definitely a must-have in those decks. It's not as must-include as some cards that are on here, but I would say honestly, out of all these cards, it's probably like the least must-include out of all of them. Besides maybe the non-Prism Star Ditto, but other than that, yeah, pretty much everything. All right, let's filter for Perfect Order. So I can show you guys what cards can be relevant from Perfect Order. We'll just go through it by set number. None of these are going to be that influential. I think Superior is funny. I just don't think it hits the damage that you need it to. So I don't think this is going to be that relevant in the format. The Vivillon might be relevant specifically because of... I think we did ban Force of Vitality, right? Let me just double check that real quick. I'm pretty sure we banned Force of Vitality. Yeah, Force of Vitality is banned. Okay, so Vivillon is not that great. I mean, it's like solid. It's solid because it makes all your opponents shuffle their hands on the bottom of their deck and make them draw 4. So in that sense, it's like a reset stamp. So it's like decently powerful, but it's not like in the higher echelons of power, if I had to guess. It's just kind of Garbo. Salazzle EX I don't really see working for this format. There's just a million better things you can do. Turtonator, on the other hand, is an interesting card. This is definitely something you can consider if you're running, like, if you happen to have fire in your type identity. You have a control style deck or a deck that wants some slowing down aspects, you can consider Turtonator. Fire is usually a very aggressive type in this format, so it probably will only see play in like those multi-type commander lists specifically. Dewgong is really interesting, although this is kind of the same as Quagsire, unfortunately. But the benefit of this is that there are 70 HP water type seals, and I don't think there's more than one 70 HP Wooper, if I had to guess. So in that sense, like, Dewgong is a little bit better, because I'm pretty sure Quagsire also says basic water, not just water. Let me just check. No, it's okay. Never mind. That also says water energy. And we have like, oh, we actually do have two 70 HP Woopers. Okay, but if we look at seals, then you can see there's a lot more 70 HP seals. We have this one and this one. There's a lot of 80 HP ones as well, but we also have a lot of 60 HP ones, whereas we don't have that with Wooper. Like, the options are just better. It's options are just a lot better for Dugong than for Quagsire specifically. Because it's also 10 more HP. It's not a Hydro Pump style attack, but you definitely don't want to attack with this anyway. It's like not a new effect, but I guess it's a slight upgrade to that kind of effect. Mega Starmie is interesting. I don't think it's solid in standard, but I think it's a little worse in Poké-Commander, specifically because Tree Prizers in general are a little bit of a yikers in this format. If I'm gonna be honest, this is not great. This has potential. The 50 less damage is relevant. It's unfortunately stuck in one of the best types there is, so they already have plenty of stuff they want to include in their deck. And having to evolve from a fossil is not awesome, so I doubt this will see play. This Luxio is probably the best Luxio you can be running in any type of lightning deck, so if you're considering running a Luxray line, this is probably like the best Luxio you can be running. And I guess a Luxray is interesting. It definitely has a higher damage cap in this than in any other format, because we play with 10 prize cards rather than 6. But once again, it's a very, very late game for that. And even then, if we're at the point where you've taken 5 or 6 prize cards, you're probably one-shotting active anyway. I don't think the 7th, 8th, or 9th prize taken is gonna matter for that even more, because you're already in one-shot territory. Alright, the Mega Clefable is interesting. We'll keep it at that. It's like an interesting alternate attacker, but once again, it's a Tree Prizer, so it's a little bit yikes. There are Clefairies that can instant evolve. I'm pretty sure there was a colorless Clefairy that can instant evolve that we recently unbanned. Yeah, the Moonstone Clefairy, this one specifically. So that makes it so that you can actually get the Clefable turn 1 going first, or going second, of course. So that does help for this card specifically, but I don't think it's that great. This discards energy from hand, right? Yeah, okay. Aromatisse is interesting. It's definitely like not terrible. This kind of effect can see play in Poké-Commander. We've seen a little bit of the Eldegoss has a similar ability, but for grass energy. So this honestly, I feel like so far this is like the card that up until this point might see the most play. But Psychic already has so much sauce, so you would need to have a damn good reason to want to include this into your list. Hey, hello Ben. Hi. How are you doing? You're doing well. I'm doing quite alright. It's been a long time since I've actually been live, but I think it's for the better that I try to recollect my thoughts after everything that happened. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, most of the fighting types there don't really make sense. Barbarical is interesting. It's definitely a cool card to think about running for Poké-Commander. It's interesting for sure. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but it's definitely a consideration to make for fighting type lists, especially if you want to include Mega Zygarde, which is not the next card. It's right here. Mega Zygarde is a little silly. I would say about as silly as it is in standard or expanded. I don't think this is going to be that good. I might try and make a list with this specifically, but it feels very sus, if you know what I mean. The Tyrantrum does seem promising, but once again has to evolve from a fossil, so like you can use Research Lab to get this in play, I guess. And especially the Tyrant doesn't have a terrible attack either, so you can with Relicanth still have access to get angry. This is a combination you see in standard a little bit, but you can definitely do something with this for sure. Yeah. So what happened, Ben, is that my Discord account got hacked. And I've been like trying for weeks to get it back, but Discord support is fucking useless. And I still don't have my account back, and I doubt at this point that I'll ever get it back. So I'm kind of like trying to rebuild my old Discord account to have access to the same places and like similar moderation things to what I had on my old account. So that didn't help. Also, the fact that school got a lot busier around this time that doesn't help either. So I decided to take a few weeks off impromptu on streaming specifically. I'm now finally back after, I think it has been like 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. Probably 3 weeks, maybe even 4. Probably 3 actually. But I'm glad to be back. I don't think I'll be going back to twice a week schedule. But if I'm really missing the expanded streams, I can consider going back to it. But for now, I'm fine. Just only do the weekends and only do Poké-Commander. Just focus on like one thing and one thing only specifically. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you for showing some compassion. It happens to the best of us. Like, the scam was really interesting, really intricate. Made me click this very specific link that I, without any part of the setup, would not have clicked at all, whatsoever. Anyway, Tyrantrum. I guess this can see play. This has potential, I think, specifically because the Tyrant has a solid attack as well. Kind of forces your opponents to like group up against you to take this out in like 2 hits over the course of the same turn, but you can also just gust around it, and it's special energies, and there's a lot of special energy hate available, so who knows? This Hawlucha is not that great. I don't think I've seen this Gengar specifically. Yeah, I don't think this is that good either. Drapion also isn't that amazing. Yveltal EX is interesting for sure, but this is 3 energy. I feel like Dark has a lot of good options, and this might fit in there, but probably not. Mega Skarmory EX is not all that great, honestly. Honestly, I like this for Poké-Commander. Like, Weaponized Swords Doublade is very, very cool. Because you're not limited to 4 Hone Edge, Doublade, and Aegislash. You can run a lot more than 4. So this can do potentially a lot more damage. Since you have access to so many more. The thing is, you can't make this a commander, so you're reliant on like having recovery for this every single time, which is a little awkward. It's kind of like similar to like the Oops All Spiritomb deck, where you just have like 20 different Spiritombs, and you're just basing it off like the one guy that does damage based on how many Spiritombs are in discard or something like that, or in play. I forgot what it exactly is, but there you go. Like, I like Doublade. It's silly. Is it very good? Probably not that great, but it's really funny. Let's see. Your format's almost ready to post to introduce. Ooh. The battle test video is also almost ready as well. Ooh, slay. Let's go. I like the kind of sauce that this Raticate's bringing. Like, Retaliatory Incisors does 40 for each damage counter on all of your bench Rattata. You can definitely do some spicy shit with Risky Ruins plus however many Rattata there are printed ever. But once again, we're kind of reliant on a single non-rule box Pokemon to do the attack that abuses from this. How many more cards can you put in the deck for our format? Our format is 100 cards. Our format is 100 cards. Of course, I've talked about Meowth. This card is gonna be absolutely insane in this format, and I think probably every deck wants to run this. Unless you specifically want like a single prize deck, because colorless is allowed within every type identity, so they're always allowed to run Meowth, so why would you not? This just grabs you a supporter whilst playing it, and yeah, that's all it needs you to do. It's Tapu Lele GX, it's Lumineon V, it's Jirachi EX, it's Lapras, it's all of those. Like I said, consider running Team Rocket's Watchtower in your deck, just for this guy specifically. Sure, this is like one of the Pokemon that's going to be in like literally almost every deck going forward. Yeah, I don't think any of these are that great. Like the Furfrou is interesting, but we have things like Hue that do it to like everyone. So the fossil, some like this is kind of in package with Mega Zygarde, but I counted this while evaluating for Mega Zygarde already. So we got a bunch of reprints as well. Energy Swatter. Have I read this card before? Oh yeah, I've read this. Yeah, this is interesting because it's an item card that reveals all of your opponent's hands, and then you get to choose among all of those hands only one energy to put on bottom. So you're very likely to hit something, but it feels like a very low impact card, if you know what I mean specifically. You do get a lot of hand information, but there's a lot of ways to get hand information already with stuff like Airy, which do actually have more effect in this. So you go over the 4 of the same card in the deck. Oh no, it's 1. So everything that's not basic energy is only limited to 1 copy in the deck. But you're allowed to run multiple Pokemon with the same name as long as they're different. So if you want to, you can run a lot of different Fan Rotoms as long as the Fan Rotoms are actually different. So in that sense, it's a little more similar to GLC. So, Hole Digging Shovel, like there's probably some specific combo you can do with this, but other than that, it's not that great, I think. Yasimp is funny, I guess that's a reprint. This is terrible, this is terrible. We have better cards that we, like, Sightseer does this but better because it draws until 6. It's a reprint. We talked about Pokepad because that's a reprint from Senate Heroes. This is a reprint. This is a reprint. Rose's Encouragement. Yeah, it's a little similar to GLC, but we do allow everything. So we don't ban like Rulebox, Pokemon, and Apex. We do allow all of that. Alright, so Rose's Encouragement is interesting. It kind of sucks for Poké-Commander specifically that it checks your opponents for this. Because this kind of requires you to have more prize cards remaining than all your opponents. So all your opponents need to have taken at least 1 prize first, and then you not. Or like if you have 10 prizes remaining, but someone else at the table also has 10 prizes remaining, this card does not work, unfortunately. So that's a little unfortunate for Rose's Encouragement. The effect is really powerful, but like the activation cost is a little bit more sus. Terragon seems solid. It's like Tulip but for fighting. Tulip has seen play in Psychic type decks. And I think fighting type recovery is like not that great. They're mostly just using the generic things. So I think Terragon is a solid card for fighting type decks. For sure. Growing Grass Energy is probably being played in every grass deck unless they specifically want basic energies. It's just a grass that gets plus 20. Like the only downside is that this is not a basic energy, but yeah, like it's solid. Rocky Fighting is a little less versatile than that. Like it's a mist energy for fighting types, but mist energy is not really a card that you're quick to include anyway. Like I would really only run this with Tyrantrum specifically, or if we're really scared of a certain meta threat that does a certain effect of an attack that we don't want happening. A little bit more niche. I do think Telepathic Energy is going to go in every single Psychic deck because this card is kind of crazy for Psychic. Like, it just gives Psychic more basic Pokemon search. It's upon attachment. It's like Capture Energy but better, and Capture Energy already sees play in a lot of decks. So, yeah. Telepathic Psychic Energy is crazy. That's about my set review. What did I change? I probably changed the Pokepad. Anyway, I had a few ideas. As you can see, I had Zygarde as an idea here, and Slowking that I wanted to maybe build on. But we'll see how it goes. What do I have inspiration for right now? I guess let's look into Slowking for now. And I definitely want Telepathic Psychic Energy in there. 100%. I definitely want Counter Energy. Oh, whoops. I definitely want counter energy with this and also double rainbow energy. This is the same as counter energy, right? It just doesn't work on lowercase ex's. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I wonder what commander we would play for this. Definitely a Wanderer's Patch angle. This is also... I want the other stadium. What's it called again? The stadium that reduces the cost by something attacking with Psychic. Or makes Psychic attacks cost Psychic less. What's it called again? Something Field? I'm not entirely sure, no. Was it something with this? With Mystery? Do I want Mystery Garden in this deck? Probably not. We do want Mysterious Treasure. It was not this either. It was something with Dimension, I think. Oh yeah, Dimension Valley. That was what it was. Yeah. Awesome. Some more staples. We definitely want Ozelf in here. I think Latias EX is a no-brainer as well. Just like Tapu Lele GX. It's also a no-brainer. Are there more double energies that benefit off of this? We definitely want basic Psychic because I have Wondrous Patch. Oh, sorry, if I just type Psychic, yeah, okay, there we go. We'll do like at least 10. I think that makes sense. Alright, but we have to think about what Slowking wants to use. What attacks he wants to use. I think there was a Drifloon from SBI that was alright. Yeah, I'll just add the ideas for now. There was Kafagrigus from the most recent Black Bolt White Flare, I think was kind of alright. It was alright. Or any number of bench Pokemon. That's funny, I guess. Yeah, I guess the extended Damagrigus is like interesting. It's probably not good enough for that. I do want to do the Azumarill and the Stevens Claydol. They are pretty good damage-wise. Maybe even Kaboomdoll. That doesn't really work because Slowking is the same HP as this Claydol. We definitely don't want to include basics for these if we can help it. We want Academy at Night, and we want the Oranguru. This one. What's this? Oh, I've never seen this card. That's crazy. Alright, is there more Psychic type Pokemon that we can, or colorless Pokemon that we can copy pretty cool attacks from? I'm pretty sure Regigigas is, yeah, this one, Jewel Breaker. That even sees play in Standard. That's probably pretty good. Timer Ball is probably mandatory in this deck. I'm not sure about Dual Ball, but I like that, I guess. We need Slowpokes for sure. Preferably 70 HP ones. That's a Galarian Slowpoke, unfortunately. It's also Galarian. It's also Galarian. Ship, bro. Oh, I guess this one is normal. That's a 50 HP one. That's a little sus. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's actually not bad. Like, that's not that great HP, but at least it's like not terrible in terms of an attack. Oh, okay, afternoon nap, yeah, sure. Sabrina Slowpoke's not really legal for me. That's Water Identity as well. And if I want another Slowpoke, I guess I'll put Dangletail. Don't think I want Tail Fishing Slowpoke. Maybe I do want Tail Fishing Slowpoke. Let's just stick with 5 Slowpokes for now. Are there any cool Slowbros or Slowkings that we can use? Let's see. Oh, this is a banger. What is this song again? Oh, it's Trench Bluff. Love this one. Oh, this is Dark Slowbro. Oh, this is just Recovery. That's pretty solid. Light Slowbro. I love this art. Fortunately, can't run that. Okay. This Slowbro is a damage counter moving one. Yeah. Let's see if there's a cool Slowking that I can still add here. I can consider Slowking EX, I guess. Maybe. I actually like this other guy more. Single Prizer. That's more of a control style. It doesn't really work for this. You may reveal the top 2 cards of your deck and your opponent chooses one of them. Put that card into your hand and the other card to the bottom of your deck. Oh, it's your opponent chooses. That kind of sucks. See, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during a opponent's last turn, search your deck for any one card and put it into your hands. So this is like a pseudo Fez. That's interesting, I guess. Once your turn, you may search your deck for a Pokemon tool, show it to your opponents, put it in your hands. Okay. A lot of tutoring with Slowking thing. Look at the number of cards on top of your opponent's deck equal to the number of energy cards attached to the defending Pokemon. Put those cards in any order, then put them back on top of your... What the fuck? That's crazy. Dark Slowking? What? Once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, look at the top part of your opponent's deck, then you may have your opponent shuffle his or her deck. What does this one read? I don't even fucking read it. And this guy's banned, of course. Okay. Let's add a little bit of Tsuro as well as Night Stretcher and Pokemon Rescue and Lana's 8 and Tulip. I think that's really solid for now. Let's see, I have 4 Slowpokes, 5, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible evolutions for Slowking. What the fuck should my commander be? Is it Tapu Lele GX? Maybe it is Tapu Lele GX. Maybe it is. Do I add Jet Energy to this list? I'm not entirely sure. Jet feels a little sus, but... I definitely want to add Fluffy Berry to this deck. And maybe even Air Balloon. This is 3 retreats, but the others all have 2, right? Oh, this one even has 1. Yeah, okay. Solid, solid. This can even search for tools, so we can go for a Devo. Or TM Devo, that's pretty alright. Fluffy Berry. Time Space Distortion is probably something we want here. Just a little more recovery. Ordinary Rods. Sure, a little more recovery. Arven feels quite alright. Do we want a Rangaroo V in this list? That feels a little sus. A little bit sus. Yeah, that's a little bit sus. We definitely want Fog Crystal. I've also noticed that this does not have a draw engine. So I'll add Ball Guy and maybe even Lily's Determination. I think Lily's is alright. We definitely have enough search, I think. I think we have enough search specifically. Maybe we need more attackers because we only have 4 of them so far. Yo, thanks for follow, I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Follows are on anonymous just for right now. Hi Esther, welcome in. Thank you for claiming Daily Dananagi. Whee! Hell yeah. Oh, that was spicy actually, not even daily. There's the daily. Big slay. Kind of crazy that no one... I guess everyone from YouTube joins, not from Twitch. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Hope you're doing well, Esther. Thank you for checking in. I guess let's filter for stage 2 psychic types. Those tend to have a little bit better attacks. Now you want nuggets. That means I did a good thing for marketing. Hell yeah. Alakazam is an interesting one. I don't think that's consistent enough. Let's just see. Ooh. I like Reuniclus. That feels a little sussy though. I mean, Evo Lariat is solid because that's never gonna happen. Let's see. Hold up, strange hacking? What the fuck does that do again? Oh, it's damage counter moving. Yeah. It's actually not terrible. Can consider it. Let's see. Is there any really solid attacks from Psychic Pokemon that we might want to copy over? Special Hammer, no. Doesn't make sense to look at the rule box Pokemon. You can't copy those anyway. Let's see, double the number of damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. That feels very sus. That doesn't feel good. Brainwave could be okay. Orbeetle feels funny, but not that great. Honestly, Orbeetle's Loki kind of banger for this. Because we got a few stage 2s that we can look into. Actually, yeah. Let's see, attacks. Pokemon here, discard pile. 3 damage counter for your opponent's bench Pokemon, no. Give me like broken attacks, please. Give me broken attacks. None of these attacks are broken. Man, hold on. Taking knockout during the next turn if the Pokemon is damaged by an attack, it will be not. That's terrible. That's not gonna happen. I've never seen that card. But each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, 30 plus 30 is an alright multiplier with full bench of 5 that hits 180. That's like not good enough, unfortunately. Let's see. That's a rule box. This is all rule box. It says 30 more damage for each evolution Pokemon on your bench. Each supporter in your discards. Solosis on your bench is 30 if Devotion is on your... Wow, what? That's not great. We might have to look at the colorless Pokemon, man, because this is looking kind of sus. We're not really seeing a lot of great attacks here. What does this read? Hello, can I... Yeah. Equal to number of damage counters on this Pokemon. Nah, we're not going to do that. Let's see. We just want big damage, is what I'm trying to say. 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to all your Pokemon. That's interesting, I guess, but it's not good enough to warrant using Slowking. Was this times the number of Reuniclus you haven't played? That's terrible. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna look much further back than Gen 4. I think Gen 3 and under has like kind of terrible... Wait. Look at your opponent's hand and choose the number of Pokemon you find there and to the number of psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. That's, I guess, a little interesting still. Let's see. That's not legal for now. 30 damage times the number of trainers, then I might as well run the Gengar. What does this read? 5 damage counters on defending Pokemon, then counts the number of prize cards your opponent has taken and put that many damage counters on. Oh, okay. That's interesting, I guess. So you definitely do 5 already on the active, and then also the number of... But it's only on defending Pokemon. If they've taken 9, then it's 140, which is still kind of bad, actually. Let's see. The 60 damage plus... Oh, this is a rule box. I can't do this one. Man. Yeah. I kind of do want to look at the Gengar with Poltergeist from standards. Yeah, because that's 50 for each trainer. Yeah. It's a little better. So we got, for our pseudo attackers, we got Regigigas, Alakazam. It's more so Regigigas and Drifblim and Azumarill and Claydol, Steven's Claydol to take the knockouts, and then also Gengar. And then Gothorgigas is more tech, just like Alakazam. And then like Reuniclus and Orbeetle are a little bit more for setup, although I think Orbeetle kind of gotta go. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it's Reuniclus that has to go. I think it's Reuniclus that has to go. I think it's Orbeetle that can find some sauce here. There's probably more psychic stuff that is in here that we can consider. I don't have that many abilities in this deck, actually. It's just the Ditto, Fan Rotom, Meowth. Although I'm not even sure if I want to run Fan Rotom with this split we got going on here. Colorless Pokemon are not, like, unbulky. Rose back, unlike my dad. Hello, Strategic, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. How have you been? Let me think. Is there more colorless stuff that I want to add here? Probably not. Let me just actually pull out one of my own documents for this. There's probably some good suggestions in this document for cards that I can include, if I had to guess. Let's see, Psychic. Let's see, Muix from Legend Maker? What does that guy do again? Oh wait, my filter's still on stage 2 Psychics. You can use the attacks of all Pokemon in play as its own. You still need the necessary energy to use each attack. This could be the commander, I guess? Maybe? This could maybe be the Commandores. Maybe. Unsure. No, it feels actually kind of bad. It's probably going to be Lele at this point, maybe even Shadow Rider Kali. It might just have to be Shadow Rider Calyrex, VMAX, or V. Just because this like attaches and draws. I might not actually have to attack with this, but it feels a little sus. What does Mega Gengar EX do again? Why did I recommend all these cards that I don't remember putting in? Use one of your opponent's Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. That's the same as Mew EX. Why did I recommend this? Isn't this just worse than? Isn't this just worse than like this guy? I think it is. I think I made that. I think I actually. Why did I suggest that? Because it has more HP, I guess, maybe? That's crazy. What does Espeon Deoxys do again? Let me take a look. Then Pokemon. 10 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. At least 3 extra energy, 20 instead. That's interesting, I guess. I don't think that's worth it as a commander, though. Yeah, I think it's either. I feel like Mew is like not that great in this deck specifically because I feel like you build up quite a large hand with this list. So it's probably gonna be Tapu Lele as commander, if I had to guess. That feels pretty like box standards, normal. Actually, I added Pokemon Rescue. But I should really add Rescue Carrier instead. That card is like, not Rescue Carrier, sorry, Rescue Stretcher. That card is bonkers. And if I'm at it, I should add Pokemon Retriever as well. Maybe a little bit more energy recovery as well. So something like, I don't know, Energy Recycler. And let's also add Energy Recycle System. We also have Ordinary Rod. This just shuffles in deck though, I think. Ordinary Rod is not necessary for this, especially since we also have Lana's 8 Tulip. Yeah. Yeah, to put dinner and oven, you're good. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't now fret. Yeah, I probably should actually add Plasma Freeze Mr. Mime in this list, just so that my Slowpokes don't get nuked by a Raiding Greninja or something. This card is banned. Why is this still on here? When is the last time that I updated this? I think it's too long ago that I updated the recommended card lists. Let's see. This could be a Mew angle, especially since we have Latias. Oh yeah, Moonlight Stadium. That's a solid one. That's a cool stadium. We are now at 4 stadiums, and I think I want to add Team Rocket's Watchtower as well. I think I want to add Watchtower as well, so we are at 5 stadiums now. That's fine. I don't think Mystery Garden is worth it in this list. Like I said, you probably build up quite large hand sizes. Maybe Unknown E. We're still at 100. Probably add a few more Psychics. What other Pokemon do we want to have on the bench for stuff like this? We have these Dittos at the very least. Is there like any basic Vs? Because we have 4 Steel Stone, but we don't have any basic Vs yet to add to the deck. So that's something to look into. Why is V not a stage? Oh, it's here. Stage basic then, I guess. Is there any like solid basic Vs? I guess Enamor's V is like interesting, maybe. The tech option. This is like kind of like a secondary attacker, but we don't really need that. What does Mimikyu do again? Yeah, that's not awesome. Let's see, Indeedee doesn't do that much. We're looking at Muse Crotch here. What does Whimsicott do again? Yeah. Let's just add Enamor's V for tech purposes. Honestly, Mega Kangaskhan is not like a bad add here. Hold on, which one's more expensive? 85, 116, okay. Cutting this one and adding this one. I just noticed I have very little Gust in this. I only have Guzma, so let's add Boss's Orders. And let's add... I don't even have an A-Spec, by the way. I think Secret Box is probably the preferred A-Spec of choice. What is the other Gust I wanted to add? It was... It's not old card. Oh, it's Bow. Bow Hand Extension. That's the one. Is Winona relevant here? We have 5 colorless Pokemon. So we can consider Winona, I guess. Feels a little sus, but sure. We don't really have a solid GX attack to use, potentially. Like, we have Tapu Cure, which might be alright. Oh, let's add Dawnwing's Necrozma GX for some more redundancy. Let's see, you can use this attack only if you have more prize cards remaining. Yeah, that's fine. Hold on, let's do statistics. 20% mulligan. Yeah, we have 19 basic Pokemon. That's pretty normal for Poké-Commander. That's pretty normal for Poké-Commander stuff, honestly. I've been making expanded decks. Besides, you're going to build Valplume, Bunnelby, Lugia V-Star, Cerulite GX, and maybe Loden Raichu OTK, as well as finish off SRC, upgrade your Turbo Meloetta Fusion Strike, and Regidrago decks. Man! Bro's bumping, spending! Hell yeah. Oh yeah, we do not have an engine in this deck, I just realized. How can we fix this? We add Staraptor FB. Panic. We add the 1/1 Staraptor FB as the solution to this. Do we add Fenrotom anyway for this then? I guess we do. Yeah, we add Fenrotom, sure. There's a lot of Pokemon in this list. I should add 2 trainers to finish this off. Dex, exactly. Ads. That's not great. Let me just sort whatever's going on here alphabetically. Probably a few more supporters. We're looking for supporter each turn. We probably want to have a little bit more than this. Me have job now. Ooh, bro has a job. Okay, let's do AZ. Is there any psychic stuff in perfect order that I forgot about? Don't think so. Let's see. Like the Clefable is, I guess, a little hype. This is, I guess, a little hype. I guess we could run like the old Clefable, this one. Oh, actually, that doesn't really make sense for this specific list. Like any other Clefable, that would make sense. That's... yeah, none of these are too awesome. I guess if we copy this attack, it's not that great either. Nah, okay, there's not really a reason to run any Clefable stuff with this. What kind of job do you have, if you don't mind me asking? I'm really curious to hear. What other supporter, like, is there another relevant supporter? Maybe one's here. Like, is Lucamine good here? Lucamine feels a little lackluster. I want like high impact supporters, if that makes sense. Oh, maybe I go Dawn. Dawn is actually not bad, I guess. I keep forgetting like Dawn is a card that we can put in decks. Actually a damn good card. I don't think I've ever put Dawn in like a Poké-Commander deck, but it feels pretty solid for this list specifically because it can find you the attacker for turn, then also a basic V, and also your Slowking. So it feels pretty aight. Let me just sort this list so that it's like in alphabetical play order. These ones will all be fine. Wonder Spatch is good. Mysterious Treasure goes there. Timer Ball goes there. Dual Ball goes there. Stretcher. Time Space Distortion. Rescue Stretcher. Fog Crystal goes here. Where does Pokemon? Trigger go there. Energy Recycler and Energy Recycle System. Wow, Hand Extension goes here. Secret Box goes here, and then we're at this. Counter, this is Double Rainbow. You don't have access to Twitch, so sorry. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. It's a little job to have something coming in whilst you're working on YouTube. Hell yeah. Do we want Horror Psychic Energy? I don't think we do want, I don't think we want this. There was another Psychic Energy that was printed in like XY era, I think, right? What was that called again? Was it Wonder Energy? No, that's I think the fairy one. Yeah. We can look. Special Energy from the XY era. This one, yeah, Mystery Energy. Oh, that's retreat cost is 2 less, yeah. What was Horror Energy then? Axpawn damaged by an opponent's attack with 2 damage counters. That's ass. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do at that card. Let me just see if I can make any sense of this. That checks out. That checks out. Separate Lele. Commander, so it goes here. I want to keep the attackers on the far end here. Let's see. Zim, Gengar, Orbeetle. Mine goes here. You goes here. Unknown is also a support Pokemon. So is Mega Kang. And Enamored V and Dawn Wings Necrozma. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then Fenrotom. Alright, I think we finished building Slowking. That's pretty cool. Is it, like, I feel like Slowking, if you want to do an actual Slowking deck, you might have to include other type combos for this specifically. But yeah, I think this is probably the way to run it. If I had to choose for just psychic stuff. And then of course a little bit of colorless. Yo, I got a notification on Twitch. Oh yeah? Free cash sponsorship? Fuck that! Hell nah! Okay, so this deck is done, so let's remove question mark to indicate past me or future me that I finished building this. Did I want to build Zygarde? I'm not entirely sure on this. Like, Zygarde core memory is very funny. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very funny. I don't think it's very good, though. Whereas I also didn't think Slowking was that good, but... you know, it's... Usually when I try to make decks for Poké-Commander, I try to think of like cards that released recently that I really want to build around, if you know what I mean. So, is there a really cool card from Perfect Order that I wanted to build around? I don't think. I mean, maybe Dugong, actually. But like, this is not a unique effect, is more or less what I'm trying to say. This is not a unique effect at all. This effect was already on Quagsire in the past. Like, I feel like Barbaracle has potential, maybe. I did say Tyrantrum had some potential, right? Yeah. There's a research lab. It does have some potential. I don't think it's too great though. I could like try making another metal box. This is probably better when Felipe releases in Chaos Rising, so I'm gonna hold off on that for now. We could try the double 8 list. That's maybe more fun to make, actually. I think the double 8 list is more fun to make for now, because I like this card, is the thing. Okay. First, let's check how many metal type Honedge are there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. I will add them all. Hell yeah. I was doubting if we had to go dip into the psychic pool, but I think we're good. Is there any other solid double 8 that I want to include specifically? Tool drop? That's pretty funny. I don't think that's very good though. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra Hone double 8. There we go. Slash. You got some V's. Let's see. Does it say? Does it have to have? Yeah, no. It specifically has to be H slash, so the rule boxes don't count. I'm just gonna add all of them. wait, I already added this one. Big Shield, Royal Guard, Dance Change. This. Sure. So we got quite a few here now. Quite a few of the line. And I think the commander has to be Genesect here. The Genesect is just way too good with this list. Okay. I guess I might as well... Well, actually, no, that's not a might as well. Let's think of staples that we want for metal. We want Jirachi EX. We definitely want to go the same angle as we did for Slowking, where we go Night Stretcher. And we go Rescue Stretcher. And we go Pokemon Retriever. Probably also Pokemon Rescue. So I'll add Double Turbo and Ignition Energy. And Triple Acceleration Energy. These are all like the gimmies. We gotta include some Metal Energy as well. Like, let's say, like, 9 for now. Let's see. What kind of draw engine? I think we have to go for the Pidgeot draw engine, probably. Like, Pidgeot, Pidgeotto, Pidgeotto. Where's the other Pidgeots? Right here. And then add some Pidgeys as well. So, like, Call for Family. And Corner. I think it has to go Pidgeot line. Maybe Candy. Not entirely sure about Candy. Specifically because we don't necessarily want to Candy into Aegislash, which is just Pidgeot. Although it's nice to have the option, I guess. So let's do Arven. I wanted to do the A-Spec that makes it live for a turn. I think it was called something Brace. Oh yeah, Survival Brace. That was it. Do we have any basic Vs here that I see? Nope. I do want one for 4 Sealstone. Let's do basic V metal and colorless, I guess. Let's look for both. Oh yeah, I can run Zacian V with this. That's really broken, actually. Is this the one? Well, this is the promo. I want the normal one. This one. Zacian V feels really good with this. Maybe Zacian V is the commander. No, I don't think so. I think Zacian V is good, but not that good. We do have 4 Sealstone, so that's nice. How do I make my hand immune to supporter things? That's melodic things. That's Dugard melodic. I can't include that in this list, unfortunately. But what I can do is put some Pokemon pickup so I can do multiple metallic signals per turn. I can do Penny, Dual Ball, AZ, Antero. Definitely want Ball Guy. I think Thornton is nice as well. Is there any metal staples I'm forgetting? There probably are. A bunch of Bronzongs. Oh yeah, Holland's Magneton. That's really good. Yeah. Definitely want Holland's Magneton. This guy. I think I want any of the other from Magnemite line. Radiant Jirachi is nice, I guess. What other Radiant Pokemon are there? Steelix for Eevee. Yeah, Radiant Jirachi feels nice. And I guess we can also do Jirachi from Deoxys. Final Wish Jirachi. Yeah. Maybe even like more Jirachi sauce. Jirachi is like a really broken Pokemon from the past. This one. No, not that one. This one's more broken. I think I want that Jirachi engine, yeah. Let's see, with an escape board. Let's add a Fluffy Berry as well. Maybe even an air balloon. Redundancy. We love it. Actually, is the Archaludon from Stellar Crown not better for redundancy for retreats? No, they have to have metal energy attached. That's a little cringe. I guess we could include a 1/1 Archaludon Duraludon. I guess we could. We could consider that. Feels a little sus, like it prevents me from being bonked by basics, but it needs 3 energy. This is probably not that great. We can go Full Metal Lab, I guess. I guess I forgot about that. And maybe actually also Lucario Melmetal. Interesting. To like go a little bit more of a tanking approach. Metal Saucer is definitely going in. 100%. Do we want Coding Energy? No. Definitely want the old Metal Energy. I think. Yeah. Shield Energy was the other one's name. Which does the same thing. There's only 2 stadiums in here. I think that's fine though. We want Vessel. I like Hilda in this list actually. Hilda feels pretty good. And I guess also Corsus Nasty doesn't hurt, I guess. Stuff that searches for specific energies. And then Special Charge. I know we're already at 100, but we're gonna have to cut some things as well. I don't think any of these Bronzongs are worth to run. I don't think any of these Bronzongs are worth it to run. Is there any, like, thing here? Potentially? Make a Steelix EX? That's sus. What the fuck does Metagross GX do? Why did I recommend that? I don't remember that card. Oh yeah, Steven's Metagross EX is now just better. Oh yeah, Dialga V and V-Star are interesting. Although I don't think this is the deck for that. Are we sure that we didn't ban those, Noah? Oh, we banned Dialga GX. Not Dialga V and V-Star. I think those are interesting enough additions. We can add those. Although, like, your attachment return is pretty tied down, so I don't think we can actually ever attack with that. We have 101 cards. I only have one Gust card in here. I want a Boss's Orders. And I want Lysander as well. I love the song. Alright, there's 103 cards in this list. I'm probably cutting some from the Aegislash line, I think. Actually, not sure on if we're cutting any of that. I guess the Magneton goes in here. Energy department. Yeah, Air Balloon goes here. Floatstone. Forest, Sealstone. Maybe Survival Brace has to be Max Rod in this deck specifically. I think Max Rod is a lot better here, actually. There we go. God, this song is so funky, I love it. Let me see if I can sort this properly. Yeah, there is a candy in here. I guess if there's a candy in here, I'm gonna cut the Pidgeotto. Alright. What else are we gonna cut? We need to cut two more things. I love to use this words whilst looking into making a deck with this. So we have a 10 Honedge. We have 8 double 8s, and we have 9 Aegislash. No, 10 Aegislash. I'm actually pretty happy with a 10-8, 10 split. Although we can cut down on a few. We can cut down on like 1 Aegislash, 1 Honedge. I think that's fine. What's the worst one? I think that one. I think this is probably, not this one, this is probably the worst one. We're cutting that one. What's the worst Honedge? 70, 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. There's 50 HP ones, yeah, it's that one. That's the only one, okay. So we're cutting the 50 HP one. Cool. Awesome. Let me just double check that none of the hone edges are the same. Yeah, all of them have different attack names as well. What does this doublet do? Oh, not much. Okay, we're actually pretty efficient in the deck building department today, all things considered. Yeah, it's working out quite well actually. Do we have any other ideas that we want to build today? Because I think I'm fresh out of ideas for now, although if I get an idea on the top of my head, like I could go for Tyrantrum here. I could try and make Tyrantrum, but I don't think it's gonna turn out to be more of a fossil box than a Tyrantrum, I think. I'm not entirely sure how like viable that is. Let me think. What do I want to make? Is there any old deck that I want to update? Maybe. What was in this deck? This list was saucy as hell. Holy shit. Epic. Well, we can make a copy of this. Drag that here. This was Fossil Control with Regigigas. I guess we could add Tyrantrum to this. Just because Tyrantrum gets like a shit ton of HP. Well, what do we cut from this then? Is the question. What do we cut from this? We got the Bastiodon. I don't know. This is interesting. I think we're cutting Armaldo Anarif. We're adding Sirens, Tyrantrum. There we go. None of the other Pokemon are basics now in this way. Yeah, cool. And the Armaldo Anarif was like a little redundancy for the Kabutops, but I just read the card. It's not that great, actually. Okay. I have an idea. There was like a Tauros idea. This deck does 40 damage for each of your Pokemon that has Tauros in its name. That's pretty cool. But I would have to look into all the Tauros. There's also one coming in Chaos Rising. Let's see. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and flip a coin for each of your Pokemon that has Tauros in its name. Oh! We're gonna have to make this in Chaos Rising. That does 50 damage to the Pokemon you chose for each heads. But you can choose something on the bench as well. Like, that's saucy. I like that. We call this deck bullshit. For now. If I just add this one, yeah, then they're all moved to the top. I don't even know if I want this one. Probably want as many Tauros as possible, right? Probably want as many Tauros as possible. Let's see. Is old Tauros is only 60 HP, so that's a little sus. Oh, but it does more damage based on damage on Tauros, but that's still kind of sus. Blaine has a Tauros? With 4 coins, his attack does 20 damage times the number of heads to the defending Pokemon and 20 damage times the number of tails to Blaine's. Oh, that's so saucy. That's not good, but it's so saucy. Like, that's 3 energy. That's like a terrible attack. I guess this is buffinable Tauros. And I guess this is kind of saucy, so I will add it. This is also buffinable. Why do all these Tauros do more damage based on how much damage they do have? Maybe discard a stadium play. Sure. Flip a coin for each Tauros you have in play. This deck is 20 damage times the number of heads. Okay, that's a little worse than that new Tauros that we don't have yet. And it's 80 HP, I guess. That's okay. Let's see. Like, this Tauros feels a little mid, so I might not include that one. Oh yeah, that also works with the damage. Wait. Oh, it's a Generations art, but it's... yeah, okay. And it said Tauros in a name. So this does work. So I want a lot of self-inflicting damage things. Oh, this does more damage based on each damage counter on all of your Tauros and Tauros GX. Oh my god. It's for every counter. Holy smokes. At this point, do we add every single one? Oh, this confuses itself, but it does do damage based on sauce. This needs damage counters to function. Yeet. That's a lot of Tauros. So we want Risky Ruins. We want Cavejaw Bog. And we want the Magma Hideouts, I think it was. The Magma Secret Base, yeah. Those are the stadiums that we want. I think we also want Area 0, if we can help it. Let's see, I need Terra, Basic, Fighting, or Colorless Pokemon. Galapagos and... yeah, no, the normal ones don't count, the colorless ones. It's just Koraidon and Uberbon. See if any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn. This attack does 20 more damage. Yeah, it's not great. Not sure if Area 0 is worth it. I mean, we'll keep it in there for now. We'll keep it in there for now. Alright, so we want Team Rocket's Venture Bomb, and we want Venture Bomb, and we want Digger. And we will also want the Digger speed that does 30 to all bench. What's the best Bunnelby? There's a bunch of 70 HP Bunnelbys. I mean, this is probably the best Bunnelby. Gotta be honest. Jet Energy. Oh, wait, there was a Jet promo revealed? Draw a card for each Mega Evolution Pokemon EX on your opponent's bench. Oh, Interesting. Okay, we want some fighting energy in this as well. Let's do strong energy. Some basic fighting. Like this. And then double turbo. And counter energy. And does double rainbow work on basics? Not entirely sure. No, it's evolved only. Okay. I guess counter gain does work. Let's go for special charge. We want rescue stretcher. We can do rescue carrier as well with this. I think we need Terragon with this list. We want Pokemon Retriever. Energy recycle system is probably solid. I want this one. I think recycle energy itself is also not terrible. Snowy Mountain. And Old Cemetery. That's probably the stadium. Probably all the stadiums that I'm going to be running. Maybe I'll even cut one or two of these. There's like 7 stadiums. Yeah, I'm cutting the Area 0. Man, Area 0 feels so good. Okay, we have to run Fighting Gong. I don't think we have to run Rocky Fighting Energy though. Fighting Cube do? Oh, that's funny I guess, but that's not great. There's more fighting staples. Do we want Barbarical in this? Maybe we want Barbarical in this? Do we want Barbarical? Man, I don't know. It's tough. Wait, it only attaches to fighting Pokemon. Never mind. It's kind of ass. We definitely want Solrock Lunatone. I'm just unsure which of the Solrocks. Probably that one. There's maybe another one. That would really screw me over because I run a lot of colorless. We're not gonna do that one. Let's see, what's this? Damage can be removed. Oh yeah, I need to maybe move some damage counters. Maybe this Solrock's just better. Is this Solrock better? I feel like that Solrock's better. For this deck specifically. Yeah, I think that Solrock is... I can run both though. They're like a Lunatone that I really want to add still. Pokemon can be healed. Free cost for each Solrock is 0. I guess this is more draw. Premium Power Pro. I only have Floatstone here 4 now, so I'll also add Fluffy Berry. Let's see, what fighting stuff is my past me recommending to me? Buzzwole GX do again. I feel like I'm so out of the loop with everything. Let's see, it's Jet Punch. Oh yeah, I need a damage counter mover, so that's damage mover, yeah. And damage pump. This is up to 2, right? Yeah. Let's see, what other fighting stuff did I recommend? Oh yeah, Brooklyn Hill. Hey, yeah, Brooklyn Hill is really good. I have a lot of stadiums in this deck though. Maybe it's a Force Angle. Oh yeah, we have to run Claydol. It's kind of a must. Let's see, what's the best ball toy? There's a new ball toy coming out. 70 HP. Well, I guess that's the best ball toy. Well, that's 10 for. This is actually better. That set comes out anyway when this goes out, and yeah. Or do we want Psychic Balance? No, this is worse. Focus Sash is really nice. We can fit it. Gutsy Pickaxe is super nice if we can fit it. And Arena. If we have room, then Machoke. Really cool. What's the best Machop? Is it this one? Is there a Machop with 1 retreat cost? Yeah, it's this one. Sure. Take that one, I guess. What the fuck does Martial Arts Dojo do again? Great. This Regirock is actually not terrible. Stark Mountain, but I already have a lot of stadiums, so that really doesn't work. Well, Martial Arts Dojo. No. I can add Karate Belts. That's pretty good. Let's see. Scorched Earth. I mean, if I have room, we can add Pseudo Widow. What's this Pseudo Widow do? Oh yeah, it's the Book of Transformation one. Oh, I wanted this one. We want Stone Energy. I mean, sure. Why not? Right? Why not? Probably a little more fighting. Get us over the top there. Probably more cards that move damage, but I think this is probably good enough. Oh, pardon me. I do like the 1/1 Bunnelby Diggersby in this. It's really hype. Fan Rotom grabs a lot of things. A bunch of these Tauros are under 100s as well. I do still have Cornerstone plus Area 0 in here. I'm not really sure if I agree with that. I also don't have a basic Pokemon V. Might have to change that. Basic, either fighting or colorless V Pokemon. And Medicham V is already banned, so that one's not gonna slide. Could go Pidgeot V. Ho-Oh V is not gonna happen. Funk V's interesting, but probably not it. Maybe Weirder V. The fighting type V's are not that good, other than Medicham V, of course, but that guy's not allowed. Decidueye V any good? This is like maybe a solid finisher Gallade V. That does 50 more damage for each prize card you've taken. It's interesting. Did I add more Gust to this list already? Or no? No, I did not. That's so yikes. Boss and Lysander's probably good enough. Probably gonna have to cut some Tauros. Let's cut the trash ones. This one's trash. This one's also trash. Yeah, Blaine's Tauros is really funny, so I want to keep that one. This one's 80 HP, but this does have the it's the one with the cool attack. So it's a cool attack. This is just call for family. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I want to keep that one. I'm gonna cut the Surging Sparks Day and Tauros, I think. Alright. Let's sort everything. This is already sorted. Let's see, rescue stretcher, special charge, rescue carrier, Pokemon retriever, digger, fighting gong. Premium Power Pro, Damage Mover, Damage Pump, Gutsy Pickaxe, Venture Bomb, Rocket's Venture Bomb, Energy Recycle System goes here. Let's see, Boss goes here. This is a low supporter count, something I'm just realizing. Like, this is really low supporter counts. This is 10 supporters, of which 0 are Arven. What is my A-Spec in this deck? I have none. Oh my god. Arven. I think this has to be Secret Box. Alright, we're definitely gonna cut fighting energy here. I guess this Lunatone. We're gonna cut this as well. And we're gonna add a Gladion, I think. We have Hisui and Heavy Ball already, right? Yeah. I think I do want a Gladion in this list. Because there's a very specific Tauros that I do not want surprised. And that's that one. I wish I had some, I could like do like Frostlash ticks with this, but like Diggersby is probably good enough. Although Diggersby probably gets stuck in active. So do I want some Pokemon pickup for that as well? Well, I have Floatstone and Fluffy Berry. It's probably fine. Honestly, I feel like we were really gosh darn productive today. Everything that we did here. So I'm down to call it an end for now. And I'll go look into if we can raid someone fun for now. Let me just take a look for us. See who's live on Twitch right now. Let's see who is live. There's a few peeps live. Let's see. Oh, I already know who we're going to raid. Hell yeah. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out. I'll be back next week, probably with an actual Commander match. Perfect order Commander match this time, by the way. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya!